Hello, everybody. This is Tom Queasley. I'm the Minnesota USA Officials Director for Freestyle, Greco, and Folkstyle Wrestling. The intent of this video is to help beginning officials sign up and register as an official. It is intended for Minnesota officials, but there are lots of tips in here for any official around the country. How do you register as an official? You go to the USA membership system at and you register as a wrestling leader. It costs you $60 to do that. If you already have a wrestling leader membership, you are set to go. The same wrestling leader membership is good for coaches and officials. Before you can pay your $60 membership fee, you need to complete the safe sport training, which is free. You also need to complete a background check every 2 years, which is $30. If you have an athletic registration, you don't need to register as a wrestling leader. If you're under 18 years of age, you are good on the safe sport and background check. But as soon as you turn 18 years of age, you have to fulfill those requirements in the membership system. In Minnesota, we require a concussion training with Heads Up. There's a concussion training available in the registration system. Either one will work. I recommend that you do it with the registration simply because then it shows up on your card. You can print your card. You don't need a hard card. You just print it, piece of paper, and keep it in your wallet. Many tournaments require that you have that registration card now. We'll take a walk through the membership system here shortly, get you a little bit more familiar with it. Basically, you're going to go into profiles, make sure your profile is correct and your bio details are up to date, and you need to upload a quality headshot in that membership bio so that it shows up on your membership card. There's a help tab. Again, I'll show you that when we get to it, with some frequently asked questions, and this will help you if you get snagged up in the registration process. We're encouraging women and girls to become an official. There's an explosion of girls wrestling and women's wrestling in the United States right now, and there's some tremendous opportunities for female athletes. So if you're a female, consider becoming an official. Let's start out by visiting the USA Wrestling membership system. If you do not have an account, you should create a free account. If you have an existing account, of course, you're going to log in using your login and get to your profiles page. Now, when you start your membership system, you need to do your background check and your safe sport training before you'll be able to register as a wrestling leader. You need to get that out of the way. When you've got all these green lights done, then you're good. But you'll need a green light at the wrestling leader, background check, and safe sport training. There are several frequently asked questions up here in the help menu. You want to next go to your profiles, and you will see again you need a picture uploaded into here, and you can do that in your profile and manage your profile again, and you will see your wrestling leader, background check, and safe sport training have been completed. When I go to manage profile, I will get to a place where I can edit. I can upload the picture here, and again, they require you to have a fairly good headshot. I can edit my bio details. Now, I'm not going to go into that because I have some arbiter account information and those kinds of things in there, again, that I don't want loose on the net. All right, we're back at my profile. Again, this is to show you where you need to make sure that everything is up to date and running. Okay? Once that's complete and you got those three lights, green lights, you are considered a registered official or a wrestling leader. One of the things that's very important in the bottom of your profile page is to make sure that you have these boxes checked. We correspond for national tournaments through email and through the membership system. And if you don't have those boxes checked, to send me the information on the event, you'll find that you're not getting information and you might miss some very, very valuable information that you need to attend a national level tournament. You can opt out of offers and sponsors and stuff like that, but make sure that you have your membership information. Now, again, if you're an athlete under the age of 18, you do not have to do the background check and safe sport training or register as a wrestling leader. The athletic membership is good enough for you to do officiating until you turn the age of 18. In Minnesota, we reimburse for travel and pay stipends for certain tournaments. We also reimburse the membership and the background cost if you officiate 2 tournaments in the state. This is just to encourage people to become officials. We have a shortage of officials around the country. This is Minnesota's way of encouraging people to try officiating. The reimbursement will be done using Venmo. It's an app that you can sign up for. Please do so, and then when you do a tournament, it's easy for me as a Mat Officials Director to send you payment. We encourage 16-year-old and junior athletes to compete and officiate at local tournaments, especially the freestyle Greco tournaments. We have had 14U kids officiate, and we usually pair them up with somebody so that if there's a mistake made, we can fix it. You will be compensated for officiating when you do these tournaments. That way you can recover some of your registration costs at the tournament, but also it's a way of getting a few bucks in your pocket as a 16U or junior athlete. Mileage and stipends will be paid for officiating the local freestyle and Greco tournaments. When we get further down the road and I do some training of our Minnesota officials, I'll explain that further. Competitive compensation is paid to folk style regional and folk style state tournaments. We have been just hiring high school officials to do that, but if you are interested in doing that, get in contact with me, and we'll see if we can get you involved in those tournaments. We also offer competitive compensation similar to what the high school officials get for the freestyle and Greco state tournaments. Local tournaments you are paid a stipend and mileage. We also offer stipends to any official that goes to the USA freestyle and Greco national tournaments, regional national tournaments like Northern Plains, Senior Open, National Duels. Again, you need to contact Tom Queasley if you're going to do that, and I will help you get involved with doing national tournaments. The rule book is online and it's changed frequently. It hasn't been changed a whole lot in the last couple of years because we're in the middle of an Olympic cycle, but I will walk you to that rule book again and in a different slide here. Categorized, as you can see that it's kind of indexed on the side of it, so you can go in and pick out specific topics. So it is the most current rule book on the face of the planet and is actually used by many countries around the world. It also has some folk style modifications for USA Wrestling. One of the nice things about this rule book, it is a live document. Again, I mentioned that earlier. If there is a change on the illegal actions, we update that. We have actually updated it overseas. But the other thing is that this is a downloadable rule book. You can click on download and it will download to your computer, or you can just bookmark this page and keep it on a phone or a tablet so you can refer to it at any time rather than print out the total rule book. Again, it's a live document and it's updated as rules change. How do I get training on rules and officiating technique? We will be hosting some online clinics in January, February, hosted by senior Minnesota USA Wrestling officials. And during that time, we will give you some demonstrations on rules and also allow for questions and answers. The best source right now I can point you to is uswa.com. Again, we'll walk through that that website, and this has got tremendous amount of places that you can find information about rules and officiating technique. Rule books. There's a manual on art of officiating that was written by Tim Pearson in Virginia. Very, very good manual for beginning officials as well as officials that just need to brush up on their technique. And then we also have officials education programs that are available locally and at the state level and also at the national level. And again, I will help you get signed up for those if you have questions on those. Finding the information, uswa.com website is your best bet. It's got some developmental information. It's got information on if you've been assigned to a tournament, head official and clinician forms, pairing info, and again, the rule book. One of the things that we've developed in the last 3 to 4 years is Tim Pearson, again, through Facebook and through Twitter, puts out a video rules question of the day. Those rules questions will begin in February during the freestyle Greco season, and they are specific to freestyle and Greco wrestling. We also have the YouTube channel that we have lots of training videos on for pairing officials and mat officials. And if you just Google USWOA YouTube, you can find that channel. More places to get training on rules and officiating technique. There are unlimited resources, of course, on that uswa.com website, which I'll take you through. There are also officials education programs that are online and in person that will be offered again during freestyle Greco season. Okay, let's take a tour of the uswa.com website. This is an official association that is made up of officials around the country that are affiliated with USA Wrestling. This website is designed basically to give information to those officials and provide resources for them. Number one resource probably is the rule book. Now, if I click on these tabs here, the rule book will come across. I will click on rule book, and I will get to a page where it has a number of things. This is the Freestyle Greco rule book with video challenge procedures on it. If I click here, it will take me to the index of that. And again, down at the bottom, you'll find some instructions on folk style modifications. Now, this page also has a summary of the rule books in video form and also in the form of a PowerPoint. This is the 22 rules. These will be modified slightly, and again, we find out those rules usually in mid-January. PowerPoint presentation down here. You also have rules for USA Wrestling dual meet tournaments. This page also has summaries of the rules in presentation form, PowerPoint presentation form, and video form. So if you want to watch that, it gives more of a demonstrative idea of the rules. Down here, there's also addendums to the folk style rules, and there's a basic folk style slideshow for people that are just beginning in those wrestling styles. All right, so we're going to go back to home, the main menu. There's a pairing officials page, news page. The other thing that you'll probably be really interested in is the officials education. This has a very good document here, again by Tim Pearson, and it's called Art of Refereeing. This is a downloadable manual, and it's very, very extensive and very well done by Mr. Tim Pearson right there. We hope to have that Art of Refereeing index similar to the rules as we get into the season. Again, officials education programs, as we get to these, There are some modules here. These are recordings that you can watch and are very, very helpful. They are broken down into certain areas and certain parts of wrestling. All right, so we're back at the rule page. And again, down at the bottom, you'll find some instructions on folk style modifications. What if I make a mistake? What about the crazy coach and parents? Most of the time when I ask people to become officials, that first question is, what if I make a mistake? Everybody makes mistakes. All folk style, regional, and state kids folk style and local folk style competition and freestyle competitions, we have a head official that are trained to deal with fixing mistakes and getting it right. They also help diffuse and mediate situations with an angry parent. We never leave official, especially an inexperienced official, hanging out there. We're going to help you with those situations. We all have run into those crazy parents and crazy coaches, but for the most part in Minnesota, we have a good bunch of coaches and parents that usually don't give much of a hard time to officials. We also hook you up if you're a new official with an experienced mentor, someone you can trust and ask questions to. And again, anytime you have a rules question or a situation question, tqueasley at minnesotausa.org, and I will get back to you either by phone or give you an answer via email. What tournament should I work if I'm new? Should I work the state tournament my first year? State tournament is probably one of the best places to learn because of three-man mechanics and freestyle and Greco. We encourage anyone to work these events to improve their skills. The state tournament and Northern Plains tournaments, again, they're state level and regional national level competitions, but even a first-year official can learn a lot by going to those because we will be doing three-man mechanics or three-person mechanics. And we'll never put an official in a situation without backup. We don't want them to have the potential to be unsuccessful or fail. When should I consider working national events? Again, we encourage you to work national events. If you're interested in going to any national tournament, we have several officials in the Minnesota USA Network that can help you to make that decision to attend a higher level tournament, or maybe even travel with you to help you be successful. Again, if I have somebody that's considering working a tournament, I will take a good look at them and make sure they're ready for those tournaments. Please, if you have any questions at any time, I'm not going to put my phone number on here, but I will give you my email address at tqueasley@minusawrestling.org. And if I think it deserves a phone conversation, I will definitely get back to you. But since this is going to be on the web, I will not put my phone number on there. Again, any questions at all, please get back to me, and I encourage all to try officiating. We're very interested in making sure that we have a representation of female officials from Minnesota USA Wrestling. Thank you for your time. There will be more training videos coming in the month of January. Thank you.